Hey y'all, we're the Carroll family.
I'm Evie.
I'm Jones.
And I'm Casey.
That chair over there is from my dad, but he's not here right now.
Yeah, he's in Afghanistan fighting for our freedom.
And we want to tell you a little bit about our dad.
Our daddy is Captain David Carroll.
He enlisted in the Louisiana National Guard in 2006 as a combat medic. He attended basic training at Fort Knox, Kentucky. He then completed combat medic course at Fort Sam Houston, Texas. Daddy was assigned the 2nd 108th Cav as combat medic in Coshada, Louisiana for 5 years. Then he transferred to Fox Company 2nd of the 135th Aviation as a flight medic and served there for 4 years. Following that, our daddy completed OCS at Fort McClellan, Alabama, and then went to Fort Rucker, Alabama for aviation bullock and initial entry rotary wing training, and graduated as a UH-60 pilot. He was then assigned as a medevac platoon leader in Gulf Company, 2nd of the 238th Aviation.
He serves in a full-time capacity as Aviation Maintenance Officer at Army Aviation Support Facility Number 2 at Essler Airfield.
He's been deployed 3 times. The first deployment was in 2010. He went to Iraq. While assigned to the 2nd 108th Cav, he deployed to Iraq from March 2010 to December 2010 and served as troop senior medic as the unit conducted combat operations as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom 10 and Operation New Dawn. His next deployment was to Kosovo. While assigned to Fox Company, 2nd 135th as a flight medic, he deployed to Kosovo from January 2014 to September 2014 as the unit conducted medevac operations as part of Operation Joint Guardian K418, a NATO peacekeeping mission. He's been gone countless days, weeks, months for hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and any other type of natural disaster that we've had. He is currently deployed with Gulf Company, 2nd of the 238th to Afghanistan from October 2019 to present day as a medevac platoon leader in Site OIC, conducting medevac operations in support of combat operations as a part of Operation Freedom's Sentinel and Operation Resolute support. David and I met through a mutual friend and were married nearly 13 years ago. Our time dating was spent mostly apart. He was at basic training. He even asked me to marry him over the phone. We have 2 children, Evie 11 and Jones 5. Both children came at a time in our marriage when I needed them the most, very near a deployment. We are from North Louisiana originally, but landed here after David changed units upon his return from Iraq. We are proud to call Central Louisiana our home. We've been members of Kingsville Baptist Church for a couple of years and love the church and the people here dearly. As a spouse, you learn really quickly to be independent. As a veteran spouse, I don't spend nearly as much time as I used to grieving for when he leaves. This is your life. You've got to live it. I am beyond thankful for modern technology so we can see his face. That makes a huge difference in getting through it, and that is exactly what it feels like. We are getting through it. I am no hero, no superwoman. I'm just surviving each day, one at a time. My time is spent praying for his safety, his quick return, my patience, my understanding, and praying not to question why this is my life. To be really honest, I used to count down the days for David to get out of the Guard. Then his date came to decide whether to re-up or to leave the military. And I knew that he had to choose to stay in the military. That's where his heart is, and that's where my heart is too. Days are long, y'all. It's not easy. It's hard. You haven't felt the hug or the hand of your husband in months and months. Your best friend is a million miles away, and no matter what you do or what you say, your kids need him, and you're not him. Their grandparents try to make up for it, but it's not the same. Their little hearts hurt. Their brains cannot process the grief and sadness they are feeling, but there is hope. As much sadness as we feel that he isn't here with us, we have so much to look forward to. When he is home, it makes birthdays and Christmas and Father's Day that much sweeter. When he can wrap you up in a hug and squeeze you tight and tell you everything is going to be okay, that makes it that much sweeter and that much more special. As a spouse, you have to have really hard conversations with your soldier. I know what my husband's last wishes are. We have chosen beneficiaries for money and made arrangements for burial. That really isn't something you expect to talk about in your 20s and 30s. I also have to have really hard conversations with my kids. As a teacher, I know that most kids in the nation do not know there are men and women serving overseas away from their families. They also don't know why they are there. Evie knows. She understands. She knows what ISIS is. She knows who the terrorists are. Jones knows that Daddy's overseas fighting the bad guys. It's hard to talk about, but it's our reality. Evie understands probably better than most adults. She is educated on the war on terror. She is also educated on the wars of our past. Jones knows Daddy is fighting the bad guys and will be home when he has gotten them all. You also have to have hard conversations about friends that have been lost. Lives change when that happens, and kids know something is different. I can't say it is just part of it. It isn't. These guys are family. They probably know more about my husband than I do, sadly. Your heart changes when you see your other half standing guard over one of his best friend's casket. Nothing in the world can prepare you for that sight. You can't prepare your brain or your heart. Logistically, it isn't a walk in the park being here alone. I have 2 kids that are pretty active. Getting them where they need to be isn't easy, but I have help and I couldn't do it without them. My parents and sister are amazing. Friends from school and church are amazing, and the best babysitter ever, Miss Megan, is amazing. Without my support system, I could not do this and make it work. Every day, I thank God for these people that He absolutely placed in my path. With all of that comes such pride. We are proud that David is willing to put that uniform on every day. He receives accolades, but also hate with that uniform. Believe it or not everyone supports our troops. Not only do they not support them, they personalize it. However, in our family, we love our soldier. We know what it means to pledge allegiance to our flag. When July 4th is celebrated, those fireworks and all the red, white, and blue is not lost on us. We celebrate like the rest of you, but I watch the display of American freedom with tears in my eyes and chill bumps on my arms because I know the cost. Hear me when I say freedom is not free.